Alright guys. ARMY, this community that always feels everything a little deeper than the rest. Today we're talking about a moment that didn't just go viral, it stayed. It lingered. It hit people in a way that's hard to explain unless you've truly been following their journey for years. Because what happened between Jungkook and Jimin wasn't loud, wasn't dramatic in the usual way, but somehow, it became one of the most emotional moments fans have witnessed in a long time. And here's the thing, it all started with something so simple, a wish, a quiet, honest wish from Jungkook, the kind of words that don't look heavy on the surface, but carry so much meaning underneath. And the second those words reached Jimin, everything changed. Now, let me take you into that moment, because the context matters. The vibe at the beginning? Completely normal. The kind of energy we've all seen 100 times before. Relaxed, playful, a little bit chaotic in that BTS way we all love. They're talking, joking, sharing small interactions that feel familiar, almost comforting. And nothing, absolutely nothing, prepares you for what's about to happen next. Because Jungkook, in his usual calm way, starts to shift the tone. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but enough for you to feel it if you're paying attention. His voice softens just a little. His words slow down. And there's this pause, this subtle hesitation, like he's about to say something he's been holding in for a while. And right there, you can already feel it building. That quiet tension, that curiosity. Because when someone like Jungkook pauses like that, you know it means something. You know it's not just another sentence. And Jimin, he senses it too. You can see it in the way he looks at Jungkook. Fully present. Fully focused. Like he knows this matters. Then Jungkook finally says it. He expresses a wish. Not something material. Not something flashy. But something personal. Something emotional. Something that comes from a place that fans don't always get to see. And in that exact moment, everything slows down. Because the meaning behind his words?
It's not just about now.
It's about everything they've been through together. The years. The struggles. The growth. The memories that only they understand. And Jimin hears it, really hears it. At first, he tries to react normally. He nods. He smiles just a little. But if you look closely, you can see it. That shift in his expression. That tiny crack in his composure. Because what Jungkook just said, it didn't just land, it hit
Deep.
And guys, this is where it starts to hurt in the most beautiful way. Because Jimin is someone who always gives, always supports, always shows up for everyone else.
He's strong in a quiet way.
Emotional, yes, but controlled. He knows how to hold himself together. But this time, it's different. This time, the emotion comes too fast, too real, too honest to hold back. His eyes start to glisten. And you can see him trying, really trying to stay composed. He looks away for a second. He presses his lips together. He takes a small breath like he's telling himself, don't cry, not now, but it's already happening. Because when someone you care about, someone you've grown with, someone who feels like a part of your own story, opens up like that, it breaks through every wall you've built. And then it happens. Jimin's tears fall. Not forced. Not dramatic. Just real. Pure, unfiltered emotion. The kind that comes from somewhere deep inside, the kind you can't fake even if you tried. And the moment those tears appear, the entire atmosphere changes. Everything becomes quiet. Still. Heavy, but not in a bad way. In a meaningful way. And Jungkook sees it. And what makes this moment even more powerful is how he reacts. He doesn't interrupt. He doesn't try to lighten the mood. He just looks at Jimin calmly, gently, like he understands exactly what those tears mean. Like he knew that this was the kind of reaction his words might bring out. And maybe, just maybe, that's why he finally said it. Because sometimes we hold things in not because they're small, but because they're too big, too meaningful, too important to say casually. And when they finally come out, they don't just create a reaction, they create a moment that stays. And that's exactly what this was. Fans didn't just watch this, they felt it. Armies around the world immediately connected to it. Comments started pouring in. People saying they cried without even fully understanding why at first. People replaying the clip, trying to catch every detail, every expression, every word. Because it didn't feel like content, it felt like something personal. And here's the deeper layer that makes this even more emotional. Jungkook's wish wasn't just about himself. It carried care. It carried appreciation. It carried something that showed just how much he values the people around him, especially Jimin. And Jimin, hearing that, realizing the weight behind those words, couldn't help but break down. Because sometimes, it's not sadness that makes you cry. It's love. It's gratitude. It's the realization of how strong a bond really is. And that's something a lot of people don't talk about enough. We often associate tears with pain, but moments like this remind us that tears can also come from something beautiful, from something meaningful, from something that reminds you that you're not alone. And guys, that's why this moment hit so hard. Because it's rare. In a world where so much is filtered, scripted, and controlled, this felt raw,
Genuine.
unplanned. The kind of moment you can't recreate even if you tried. And that authenticity? That's what people connected to. That's what made fans emotional. That's what made this moment unforgettable. And if you've been following BTS for a long time, you already know moments like this don't happen out of nowhere. They're built over years. Years of shared experiences, of ups and downs, of standing by each other when things weren't easy, of growing not just as artists, but as people. So when Jungkook speaks from that place, and Jimin reacts from that place, it's not just a conversation. It's history. It's connection. It's everything they've been through showing up in a single moment. And maybe that's why it feels so powerful, even to us as fans. Because in some way, we've been part of that journey too. We've seen them grow. We've seen them struggle. We've seen them succeed. And moments like this, they bring all of that back at once. They remind us why we stayed, why we care, why we feel so connected even from afar. So yeah, this wasn't just Jimin crying. This was a reflection of something deeper, something real, something that doesn't need a big explanation because you can feel it without one. And now I want to ask you something, ARMY. When you saw this moment, what did you feel? Did it hit you instantly? Did it take a second to sink in? Did it remind you of someone in your own life? Because that's the thing about moments like this, they don't just stay on the screen, they reach into your own experiences. And that's what makes them powerful. So don't just watch it, feel it. Think about it. And if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it again after this. Pay attention to the small details, the pauses, the expressions, the silence. Because sometimes the most meaningful parts are the ones that aren't said out loud. And if this moment meant something to you, if it made you feel even a little bit emotional, don't forget to share that. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how this moment affected you, what you think Jungkook truly meant, and why Jimin's reaction felt so real to you. And of course, if you enjoy this kind of content where we dive deeper into moments like this, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story that might just hit you right in the heart again. Because here, we're not just watching BTS, we're experiencing them.